We have Fancy versus Astro here in the Ultimate Kickoff Challenge. Now, this live event was about a month ago now or so, but I think there's a lot that happens in this game that is slowly starting to trickle into online play. I think you've learned a lot from it, especially as we've gotten more and more comfortable with Switch Stick and understanding what Switch Stick is. So I want to point something out here, and this is like a major thing for me. So Fancy's in this free safety zone blitz. Double safety go is the play he's coming out in. So he's coming out in double safety go all the way into free safety zone blitz. His safeties are down into the box right here. Okay. Keep that in mind. Now with gun bunch, we have three receivers right here. Very popular formation. Halfback here. ISO wide receiver here. So I'm going to ask you a question. How does this deep area of the field get attacked right here? I'm not talking about this area, right, which would be like a streak from him. I'm talking about this seam in this area that this guy is responsible for if he was in a deep blue. It really just it can't get attacked very well, right? Because this wheel would take time. This guy maybe on a C route, and then anything else would be a crosser, okay? Now, let's get into this a little bit further. You're going to see why I mentioned that. I just want you to just throwing food out there right now, and we'll talk about this in a second. So, right here, you just saw something. One of the ways you would attack the area is a tight end post route. Well, a big reason for the tight end post is because people want to throw that tight end post underneath the deep blue, right? They want to throw it right here because deep blue plays above it. Have you ever seen people throw post routes or crossers underneath deep blues? This is that idea. But look what Fancy does. His user started down here. I can't remember which guy. His user was one of these two guys. But now look where his user is. It's on Sean Taylor up here. He switch sticked onto it. What that allows you to do is he came down freely to play a post route that Astro would have thrown. Astro would have thrown that route for a gain of 15, and it would not be 3rd and 6, it would be 1st and 10. Now let's see what happens on 3rd and 6. A lot of what you're going to see here, a lot of times, is a lot of route concepts come from the receiver side and attack this area of the field, right? And in trips tight end, let's take that for example. Trips tight end, we'd have 1, 2, 3. We have a tight end right here. A lot of these routes you're trying to throw are in this area and this area again. It's crossers, right? Or it is a tight end corner in trips tight end. Again, this falls victim to the same idea. We're going to showcase it here soon again. Because if there's no clear out route, you can switch stick onto deep blues without a single concern. And geez, that is nuts. That is nuts right there. And you got to see it again, though, from Fancy right here, where he switch sticks onto this deep blue, plays the post a little bit, then switch sticks underneath perfectly. That play right there, I've actually not really seen a play like that kind of happen, I'll be honest. That's a little bit nuts, where the ball, like, I don't know. He lobbed on, actually, got spooked, but then just, like, hit his dude? I don't know. That's interesting. But Astro wants to attack that area of the field, right? He wants to attack up here. Consistently, though, we saw it again right there. Great defense by Fancy. Great job. I think he went Mabel on the left side right there. But look, watch this deep post. He's going to get underneath the deep blue who's here. He gets underneath that. But watch what happens. Watch, boom. User went from here to here. This post route's getting open. Everyone's throwing this post. Now it's not. And on the left side, this actually was just a cloud flat deep half. So the coverage was boom, boom, deep half, third, outside third, cloud. Astro just read this guy's dropping back further, so thought he'd have this opening right here. This guy stayed put because he was a cloud. Not sure if he was dropped or not, but nonetheless, boom, picked off. And just like that, Fancy takes a big momentum shift early in the game. And real quick, if you guys want to score more touchdowns, play great defense, and just win more games and make Madden more fun for you, you need to check out my website, civil.gg, and join over 1,000 active members who are using my exact schemes that you see here in all of these videos to win more games. We have detailed offenses and defenses that are perfect for any skill level, and over 96% of our members say that since joining, they've actually won more games. On your screen right now are what actual civil.gg members say about civil.gg. So if winning is something that you want to do, make sure you head over to civil.gg in the top of the description, and right now you can use code CIVILP, and you'll immediately unlock everything we're doing on the site for 30% off. And now, back to the video. This, I'm telling you, dude, switch sticking, understanding how it works is massive. Understanding how it works in the defense that you're running is huge. Notice Fancy is very frequently getting onto his deep middle blues and cheating because Astro is not running any clear out routes to the deep middle. So he was able to. I actually saw this favorite Madden memory scoring a touchdown on the last play to make top 8 in Madden 20 and Madden NFL 20 Classic. I got to watch that live actually. I was there. That was very cool. I remember watching like that was jeez. It was insane. He was playing a dude named Trey Kings. If you know who Trey Kings is, it means you play a lot and watch a lot of Madden, by the way. If you know who Trey Kings is, good dude. Seemed like a good dude. But that is a niched. That is a niched Madden player right there. Comp Madden player. Jeez. Now we got Fancy on offense. He's going to flip his bunch to the short side right here. I've become more and more of an advocate over time of really making sure that you make your opponent uncomfortable in some way. And so, especially on offense. And so, what I mean by that is, let's say you want to be somebody who runs bunch, okay, or whatever formation. I'm just using bunch as an example. Well, if you just want to run that and you want to come out and bunch, at the very least, if you know you want to run your bunch to the right, why not? Oh, whoa, whoa! If you know you want to run your bunch to the right, why not come out with it to the left and then flip it? And the reason I say that is because that's going to put stress on the defense because they adjust and they're mentally ready for bunch to the left. Then you flip it, and now it's a little bit more frustrating. It's tougher to get all your adjustments set up, and you get a little bit of an upper hand just from the fact that they are unable to know exactly what to do right when they break the huddle. Right, they have to adjust a little bit more on the fly. That should have been a pick from Fancy though. That absolutely should have been a pick. We'll see though. I do think very early on, and even I mean, especially since this has happened 4th and 16 kicks. Even since this has happened, we have seen switch stick get better and better with different comp players using it. But right here, we get a little bit DB fire. Look what he does again right here. Look who he switches to. Right? It's this guy, this weak side safety right here. Weak side safety is able to switch to him, and he gets free reign. This post route would have been open. He does it again, and it's throwing Astro for massive, massive, massive loops. Now, in the middle hash right here, you got to be expecting slot corner pressure from Fancy, something like this. He's probably going to go a big coverage shell. It's happening a lot. And I'll let this play run out. Okay. Good little underneath route. A big time coverage shell that is happening very consistently because of this meta is, let's see if he flips first. He's not going to. Okay. Is going to be a inside quarter, inside third from this guy, outside deep blue, deep half, cloud, and then like pressure right here, flat, hook, user. Hook, user. Something like this right here. Because it allows you the flexibility to, when the ball is snapped and they run crossers, to hop on this guy and to take away that crosser. Okay? That is massive, massive, massive. We're going a little bit deeper into detail, so if you like this more advanced stuff, let me know in the comments, because I like this is a little bit deeper than I'm really comfortable talking about. Most of the time, people are just, jeez. That was pretty basic switch stick, but for the most part, people just want to talk about money play, this cool blitz, this, that, whatever. If you like the more in-depth stuff, though, that's actually, like, this is a big thing that helps you win. Like, just straight up just helps you win a lot of games. Let me know. So, here we go. Once again, Fancy this time just kind of usering. Kind of switch stick a little bit too much right there. Didn't really need to, but he does. And that is the thing, though. You can get into trouble switch sticking. I'm talking about a lot of the positives when it comes to switch sticking, but you could get into some bad situations. But Fancy's being very smart of who he switch sticks to, because that top left safety, not much responsibility. Now look at that right there. That's gonna get, he dropped it, but look at this. Fancy recognizes who's open. Who's getting open? He's running that shell, right? This is a cloud. Okay, so he's just in cover 2, right? He sees a corner route. And he knows he's in cover 2. You and I both know corner routes get open against cover 2. So what does Fancy say? Fancy says, let me actually hop on this guy and make this a tough throw where Astro has to pass lead all the way up and catch it in contact. Now, I'm actually surprised Astro didn't catch this, to be honest. But, just because usually in this game you catch it. But that is, again, a prop to Fancy for having really good switch stick, okay? Like, that is just what that is. That throw gets easily completed without that switch stick. It's little things. He's not changing his defense necessarily. He's not, making incredibly awesome adjustments. He's just reacting with switch stick and knowing what's on the field, right? A lot of this is execution on the field. Something that I don't know if people want to talk about for some reason. Boom, right there, and that's a crazy one. That's a super risky one, okay? So let's check out what's happening here. We have backside post. Users right here. This guy's out of the play. This guy's out of the play. This corner route could be getting open. This guy's in man coverage. We have streak clearing out deep blue. We have this guy. He's just an idiot. Fancy really should switch up to this guy ideally to come down. Instead, though, Fancy is going to switch onto the deep blue on the right. See, notice how the ball's not even thrown yet. Fancy's already getting over here because he sees this breaking open. Now, this would be open for a touchdown. Astro, though, 4th and 6, he's anticipating that this route that's running into open space is continuing to run into open space. Guess what? He's not, and that is going to be enough for an incompletion. Aggressive switch sticking right there, but I feel like you have to sometimes. You have to aggressively switch stick sometimes. So, that right there, just a great example of it, dude, of some of the risk. But, I mean, if you didn't do that, it would have worked. Boom. Astro running the 3-4 odd defense. This isn't as good anymore with Gunslinger being in the game. At this time when this was streamed and played, there was no Gunslinger in the game yet. Now there is. So Gunslinger just gets the ball out faster and a little bit harder to run a blitz heavy defense like this. Goes quick throw underneath. Does he make someone miss? No. He's unconservative. Fights though. I respect that. All right, so let's look at the route combo from Fancy right here. 3-4 odd. He's man aligned. How do I know he's man aligned? Because we have boom, boom, boom. Right? 3-4 odd. These guys are all covered. This guy's covering him. Nobody outside. Means probably man alignment. Okay. Now, Astro wants to blitz a lot. So let's think about it. If all of these dudes are blitzing, right? Give or take. And especially if this dude is. This guy's on a wheel. This guy's on a drag. Who defends these? Wheel, drag. This is one of the oldest route combos of beating man aligned from trips. It's very hard to defend. You really can't blitz it as long as you make the right read. Very hard to defend. Let's see what happens right here. He ends up blocking the halfback. Had he kept on the wheel, he actually would have been open on the wheel. You could literally see on that play, Fancy ends up checking out of that route combo, but I think it would have been a good one had he stayed with it. He's going to flip into the bunch offset now. Bunch short side. Got to check tight end. Check seam streak. Now he's going to block tight end instead. I've been wrong back-to-back times. I'm an idiot. Go seam streak, though. Touchdown. Okay. Easy enough. Here we go. We got bunch to the right. So which side can you be more flexible and especially early on in the play, be willing to switch stick to? Right here. Look at this. Where? Right or left? Right or left? Which one? It's left. Why? Because if you switch stick onto this guy, even hesitate for a second, this guy's on a streak, touchdown. Switch stick onto this guy, there's no one pushing this guy deep, so you can just switch stick onto him, right? It's easy to switch stick onto him. Let's see what happens right here. He switch sticks onto him, and he throws it. And that's actually a pick. And that's how this game ends up becoming, we get closer and closer to this game just being a total flood. And it's literally due to how Fancy is approaching the game with switch sticking. And there's so many different things you could do with it. So many cool ways that you can play defense and so many different things that you can make up for like busted coverages and stuff like that. Big thing though is, man, to avoid that, you have to have clear outs. Like you just have to. Ooh, good click on. Good click on. Let's do a little hypothetical here. If you're Astro and you see this out route breaking open, in this hypothetical, who should Astro, if he was going to switch onto? He could have, and this is hard, but he could have switched onto this dude and peeled up, right, early. Instead, what does he do? He clicks onto that dude, which is good, almost makes the play, but you see what I'm saying? Now you can start seeing like kind of the pieces of the puzzle going together for how you could switch stick. And then a big thing a lot of people ask me is like, Civil, I feel like it's not going in the direction I'm putting it, right? Because all right stick. Your player has to be in coverage. You have to be using the right stick and flick it on a pass play. You might be saying, oh, Civil, it's not going where I want it to be. You just have to get better at being comfortable with how to switch stick and where to switch stick. It is incredibly sensitive. And it's sensitive based on where the player you're trying to go to is and where you are, okay? That's how it's sensitive on. So if you were to be closer to the line of scrimmage, you might not always have the same directions as if you were further away from the line of scrimmage, right? Depending on how that guy is that you're trying to switch to. Second and goal from the 8. We have 3-4 odd right here. It's a tough situation. We got to be, you can go 5 wide right here. Boom. That's a great switch right there, just not able to pay off. That is an incredible switch right there from Astro. Right? He sees that Fancy going to quick throw this flat. He's just going to go straight down. Just not able to actually make the play on it. Fancy able to cut it off, but good switch. Good switch. And stuff like that. One of the big things that people don't mention, and I really felt this when I was first getting back into comp this year, was it makes you hesitant to throw the ball because you don't know where someone's gonna switch to always. You just get super, super hesitant on, do I want to throw here? Do I want to throw there? What do I do? And that can be tough because it feels like dudes can be everywhere sometimes. Like it really feels like that. Third and goal goes with the duo. That's tough. That's tough for Astro. You really need to stop right there. You really need to stop right there, Astro. All right. First play. First, now we're still in the first quarter. See that switch stick again, trying to take away that post route. Doesn't. Astro works underneath it. Good on him. And we are now finally in the second. So again, where can Fancy kind of freely switch stick to if he wants to? Left side. Right here. Nothing there. Boom. Incredibly tough throw by Astro. 2nd and 9. He's going to go kind of a, I don't even know, maybe a rage hurry up. I don't know. I think he does not get ball at half, so he needs points. He needs points. He needs points. Going with that same route combo. That just ends up being good defense. I will say, though, notice what Fancy has to do on the switch. Notice what Fancy has to do. And I'm not 100% sure. Let's back this up. Who's on this tight end? Who plays this tight end right here? Oh, so Fancy. So this is where things are interesting. Because, so, when you switch stick off of somebody, this is your user, they go and play their assignment, right? Whatever their coverage assignment you have them in is. Fancy manned this guy up to the tight end. Okay? So, watch as Fancy switch sticks onto this deep blue, but the tight end is still played. And that's by the man up. You can watch it right here. Boom. Also, watch what Fancy has to do. Astro has a clear out route that's attacking this deep blue. Can't switch stick onto him, right? You have to play the deep blue, basically. You have to. There's not much flexibility here, which opens up circle underneath. Just Astro missed the read. But it opens up circle underneath. Now you see what I'm kind of getting at here, right? Let's go 3rd and 9. Corner route. Boom. Corner routes are super switch stickable. Think about this route right here. Corner route, nothing around it. So this dude, there's no way, if nothing's around it, there's no way for this dude to ever be bad to switch stick to. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't get beat over top. So you're good. One of the issues with bunch this year. Right? Goes quick throw instead. Makes the tackle short. Gonna be on a big 4th and 3 here. This is kind of Astros stay alive play, give or take. Like this could be a big one. Let's see. Probably gonna be pressure off the right edge, I'd assume. Maybe both. He goes pressure off right edge. Nothing there. Goes seam streak. Got it. That's one big way to attack the switch stick. Is if especially just zone coverage in this game, and they've buffed since this. They have buffed how these deep zones play. They play better, not good. Don't get that confused. They play better though. Oh, that is not a throw. That is not a throw. They play better, and those seam streaks are a little bit harder, but you can still attack at the seams. You definitely can. Let's see what we have here. Pressure's picked up. Goes there. That's a crazy, crazy, crazy throw. I mean, you can just kind of see Astros in. I mean, he's not making any decent reads right now, really. He's in a tough spot. It's just like, I think sometimes you just get flustered going up against switch stick, especially early on, because this was before people were really that good with switch stick. You just get flustered. Nothing there. See him hit onto that deep blue. Tried going for that rocket catch, not able to get it. And 4th and 10. Astros going to go. Down 3 scores, down 17. And let's see what the play call is here. Oh, he kicks. He ends up kicking right here. Okay, stays live. Fancy checks into gun tight open. Gonna call it inside zone. Actually can be a decent run sometimes, but that time gets blown up. Big thing for him is just trying to milk this game. I actually, the way you're playing offense right now for Astro, I don't think he gets ball at half. I'm like kind of tripping right now. But like just staying alive like is nice. Just stay alive, get lucky somehow, right? Whether it's a fluke pick, a fumble, just anything, right? And then a fluke touchdown. You think about a really good example of this is when NIU beat Notre Dame. right? Northern Illinois University beat Notre Dame. They're nice. Nice, 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 nice. There's a little seam streak right there. Um, the way one of their first touchdowns was honestly like a play that really would often not be a touchdown. If you watch it, you know what I'm talking about. Like it was a throw to a halfback on like a plant on a slant or a post or something, and then the way he caught it and the way he got out was like that's not gonna be super consistent. But that's what you need sometimes when you're going up against a team that's better than you, like in general, right? You need some fluke situations, some fluke stuff. And in Astros case, like the team is better. I'm just fancy in this game is significantly better than him at this time, right? So it's like you just need to stay alive, get a fluke stop or something, get a stop, put together one good defensive drive, get a fluke touchdown, and then you're right back into the game, right? Instead, though, Fancy scores very quickly. Astro now down 21, 2.5 to go in the first half. Goes quick check down, gets taken down. This corner out by itself, I just think is can be so risky. Boom goes underneath. That route combo is a killer for switch stick. Doing a little bit better job of getting underneath, hitting those windows now. What we do here? Bunch to the left side. Go corner route in. In probably comes a streak. Yeah. Going back to the same route combo again right here. Goes corner route. That's not a great throw. He's trying to hit this. So big thing with baseline, right, is picture this guy being a cloud. This guy's already here. So you have all this space around him to throw in front. Whereas if this guy was starting up close and he was still in that cloud, right? Let's say he's right here. Then he's running with you the distance. So one of the big ways to attack baseline is actually just throwing before they get to the guys. Now I don't love that idea, but that's what he's trying to do here. You can kind of see that trying to click on underneath it. I don't think it's the best way, but like that's the thought process with it. That's what he's trying to do. It's just like it's hard to do. Now he's going short corner from the tight end. Boom. Pressure picked up again. Underneath. Gonna bring him to a 3rd and 6. Astro does not go hurry up. Would chew the clock at this point. Getting points here, dude. You have to. You're down 21. Have to find a way. Have to find a way. It's going back to that same corner route. It's essentially the same idea, too. Bagged right there. Corner route. That time picked off. Fancy gets it. Yeah, and in this game pretty much just becomes a pretty bad flood, I'll be honest. Jeez. Like, it becomes a pretty bad flood. We'll see what Fancy does right here. Does he score a tutty? He does. I'm not going to show the rest of this game. There's no this game's there's no reason to show that. But hopefully I'm hoping you guys are able to take away something from this. Switch stick is just such a massive thing that if you can use in your arsenal will get you more turnovers. If you get more turnovers, guess what? You're going to win a lot more games. If you enjoyed this, learn anything, consider hitting the subscribe button. Free, helps us out a ton.